Hello there. I'm introducing you to the book Becoming. And Becoming is a book that has been on for 9 years plus. It was first written when I was 13 years. That's over 9 years ago. Becoming is not just ordinary book. It's a book that is to inspire students to be their best in school. I got inspired to write it when I was 13, and when we were very close to publishing the book, the manuscript got missing, and we searched for it for 6 years plus. I couldn't find it, checked everywhere at home. The printer, I asked him for the soft copy, I gave to him the hard copy. We couldn't find anything, so we just gave up on the book. And miraculously I found the manuscript when we were cleaning the house, and I saw it under one shelf, and I was like, wow, I searched for this thing for years and I didn't see it. So I got inspired to update what was written in it initially. And I would like to share the content of this book because it's a very powerful book. It looks very small, looks very different, but it's very, very powerful, and it's going to inspire a lot of people. So over the years, I've been able to update it and share some parts of my stories. It was supposed to be a book from my GS1 to GS3, but later on, I added some extra things that happened within GS1 to SS3, and a bit of after SS3. So Becoming is a very different book. It's a very unique book. It's a book that when you read, it's speaking to you. It's like you're interacting with somebody, or you're interacting over the chat. So it's a book that when you read is like an interaction happening between you and somebody on the other end. So Becoming has been simplified to the simplest form. It has been simplified for people to understand easily when reading, and is packaged in such a way that you find it very handy and very interesting. When I was explaining to somebody, when you check the content of Becoming, it looks like slides. I know when teaching young people, or even in secondary schools, university and the rest, slides kind of explain things better to them. Slides kind of depict and explain what the teacher or lecturer is trying to explain. So let's see what we have inside this wonderful book. I'll go straight to the table of contents. So in the table of content, we have dedication to education, we have working hard, keeping good friends, reasons why students fail, steps to become successful, and the last one, wisdom. So each part of the table of content is talking about a particular issue and addressing a particular area of a student's life. Now, for example, let's have an overview of dedication to education. So dedication to education is literally talking about you being dedicated. So dedication to education also explains some steps that you need to be dedicated to your education. I'll just highlight some of them, which are believe in yourself, never get distracted, attend classes, ask questions, and so much more. So we'll move up next to the next part of it, which is working hard. Yes, working hard. So over working hard, the overview of working hard is, what does working hard really mean? Number two, what is required of you to work hard? When you say you're working hard, what requirements do you need to show that yes, you are working hard? So it explains why working hard is so important, reasons why students don't work hard in school. It also explains hard work requirements, which are you, your time, strengths, your energy, your focus. So this part of the book is very interesting. It's talking about yourself, because when you talk about working hard, you're talking about you personally. So let's go to the next one, which is keeping good friends. Keeping good friends. And in Africa and around the world, we are made to understand that bad company corrupt good manners. So there's this vibe that comes with keeping good friends. When we move with the wrong friends and everything, we notice that at times they tend to lose to their kind of ability, bad behavior and the rest. But when we keep good friends, it helps us in our academics. Many students today, you will see they failing in school is not because they are not brilliant or anything. It's just due to peer pressure influence. A lot of people are brilliant and the rest, but still peer pressure influence affects them. So in this book, Keeping Good Friends explains in details why it's necessary for you to keep good friends and the effects of keeping the wrong ones. We also have the next one, which is reasons why students fail. So in this part, I was able to highlight several reasons why students fail. Because a lot of students, they are failing in school still, they don't really understand what's the cause of failing in school. Is it due to me not being intelligent or this or that? I do tell people in Nigeria today, there's a word very popular, that's called olodo. So when you call somebody olodo, it means it doesn't know anything. So I don't believe in that word. Everybody are unique in their own way. You might, okay, not be performing well in school, but that one doesn't mean, oh, you're not intelligent or something. It's just that you need special attention. And there's a special process you need to go through to make you becomes a successful student or a bright student. So this is why students feel we're able to highlight different things: ignorance, laziness, indiscipline, lack of vision, and the last one, troubled home. How these things affect students in their own way. Troubled home. People might want to ask the question that, what do you mean by troubled home? How does troubled home affect students? Yes, when there's issue at home, it affects issue between parents, mom and dad fighting and the rest. This really tells on the children because they are not able to focus. The next one is what? Steps to become successful. Steps to become successful. It's a very interesting part. This is the main part of the book. It's not 1,000 ways to become a millionaire or something. It's something very practical. In this part, I shared some stories of my personal experience, which will explain how you can become successful. It's not a magic way to become successful. It's a practical approach you can apply to become successful. So there are several of them. We have never follow a lazy student, make God your number one instructor, and be yourself, never copy others. It highlighted so many things that happens to us in school. We tend to copy our friends, want to be like them, you want to be like this and that. Then also how you can set goals, because every student, Christian, Muslim, whatever religion you have to set goals to achieve something regardless of your religion. So setting goals in school is also a way to achieve success. Talking about the wisdom part of this book, which is the final chapter. Wisdom is profitable to direct. We can find out in the Bible. The wisdom part of this book is explaining why wisdom is necessary. And yes, there are situations where you prepare so much, at the end of the day, you don't see the result of the efforts you kept in. So where does wisdom come in? Wisdom come in this situation to know what next to do. You've tried your best, you read overnight, you wrote all the assignments, you submitted all the assignments and the rest. Still, the result is not what you prepared for. So the part of wisdom is trying to tell you what next to do. If that kind of thing happens, do you give up? No, you don't give up. What can you do? What can you apply? And in this part of wisdom, I shared my story, which is my expectation. It is a very beautiful part. In this part of my story, it's very unique in a way that it's a story when you're reading it, somebody is speaking to you. So it was written in a way that you are sitting beside someone and he's trying to tell you what happened. So in this part of my expectation, I shared a story of when I kept so much effort in something, prepared so hard and the rest, but still it didn't turn out to be what I wanted. So I also shared what I did afterwards, what I did after the bad thing happened. So I shared that I didn't give up on it. It was a very tough one for me. It was very, 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 very tough and really hard for me. But still, I shared stories of what I did, what I applied at the end. I didn't give up. People might ask, oh, did you give up on that situation and the rest? No. So this final part of my expectation is very unique, very interesting, and I look forward to people reading this book. This book is a very, very unique book. The comic is something that you can go back to over and over again. It's something that when you keep reading, it's as if you are discovering something new, you're discovering something unique. And I would like everyone to get a copy of this book for themselves, for their siblings, for their children, for their nephews and nieces. You need to get this book to somebody in school. Somebody in school needs to read this to understand that they can be better. Of those that are better, they can understand that they can perform much more better. It's a book that tells everyone that well, there is still way, there is still there's a light at the end of that tunnel. It's a book that is trying to like tell millions of Nigerian students that yes, you can do well in school, you can make it, you can be the top 10. It's a challenge. It's a book that tells you that yes, you can achieve so much, regardless of people don't believe in you or the rest. Because this book tries to like explain to you that number one thing is not about people believing in you, it's about you believing in yourself first. The moment you believe in yourself, a lot of things change. So this book, I advise a lot of people to like purchase it, get it for somebody. It's something, get it as a gift. You are giving a student a birthday gift, it should be part of it, something that they can read, something that will really change their life. Because interestingly, I reread this book and I got some points that I wrote down years ago that I've even forgotten about, and I still applied it while in school. So it's a book you need to get for someone.